Hi, my name is Kelsy Burns. I'm a PhD candidate at University of Sydney, sponsored by the One Basin CRC Research Program. I'm based in Mildura at the Mallee Regional Innovation Centre, which sits on the lands of the First Peoples of the Millewa Mallee. I have been working on an action research project alongside a local community group that has been beavering away for the last 15 plus years in attempts to regenerate a lake that sits at the centre of their community. The lake was a once natural ephemeral lake of the Murray River, but has since been transformed into a permanent saline wetland due to water regulation and its role as both a drainage basin for irrigation runoff historically and urban stormwater in its current iteration. This has seen the health of the lake deteriorate with increasing salinity, creating a toxic environment for some flora and fauna, as well as a decline in community connection with the lake. In this context, I'm looking to develop a deeper understanding of the intersecting social processes that take place within local community organising efforts that are aimed at addressing felt social injustices or ecological harms, specifically in this context, looking at the governance of water. I'm exploring this through three key questions. At the institutional level, looking at how government rationalities, strategies, and techniques shape community shared capacity to govern natural resources. At the communal level, looking at how communities cooperate to build trust, knowledge, and action to shape viable water futures. And at the individual level, looking at how individual practices, values, and behaviours influence a landscape of possibilities in community organising. The issue of how to govern natural resources used by many individuals is no more settled in the world of academia than in the world of politics. There are no simple answers or quick solutions, and so this research is simply focusing on one aspect of how this is done, looking at what role community-led collective action plays in the management of natural resources, exploring processes of collective action that are being mobilised in regional areas and getting to know these processes deeply to understand what factors enable or constrain collective action at the institutional, communal and the individual levels. Currently, I am deep in data analysis after 18 months of working alongside the local community group, which is still ongoing. Some preliminary themes are emerging from the data, though, three of which I've popped on the screen. So the first is around how fragmented agency responsibilities are hindering collaboration across the board when it comes to land and water management. That communities are deeply connected to and knowledgeable about place, though they have limited structural power to create change, and that divergent narratives that create or sustain conflict locally are perpetuated in the absence of spaces for dialogue. If you're interested in talking about any of these themes or have any of your own experiences you'd like to share, I love a chat, so please feel free to reach out. Thank you.